Hello, 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 everyone. Happy Friday. Uh, Thank you for joining us again for another awesome episode of Static Desires. And it's me, Zarina, and I'm here with Eddie.
Yeah,
Say
I'll
hi.
be uh, I'll be subbing in for the night. So I guess cheers, everyone. I got myself a nice little brew of Stella, and we should have a fun night tonight. So, what have you been working on as of the last week or weekends or month, Zarina? Tell us.
It's been really crazy. The new music video, or rather music film, Wonderland, is finally out. And that's something that we've been working on for quite some time. It took several months. I started it back in October last year, and it's finally out. And along with
You
the
did it.
single, yeah. And then, of course, along with all the music work, I'm also doing a lot of curation and writing. And on Absinthe Space. Make sure to check out absinthe.space. So, our latest feature right now is actually our dear friend Thorson.
Nice, nice. So yeah, Thorson. We had him on one of the previous episodes with Blake. He did a nice song with him. So you guys should check out that Statigrams Hangouts. The special was with Blake. But other than that, if you remember to stay tuned, we're gonna see the Zarina's new music video, Wonderland, and we also after that we will have a blood wrestling match with Kylie
Yeah.
Cat versus Lily Bile. It's an event that we recorded, me and Electrish, at Submission South Beach. As you can see, things get quite bloody, and Electrish gets to interview these two, before and after. So stay tuned for that. But before that, we should talk about your music video and its crazy scenery.
Yeah.
So
Well,
where is this?
so this is, we shot everything in Galicia, but this is actually my favorite beach. It's called Riais, and it's one of the raw beaches in our region, and it's completely untouched. It's very pure. It's supernatural.
Hmm.
um Super cinematic, and one of the most photogenic places I've ever been to.
Yeah.
Like every angle. And what's really interesting is that it's all water, right? And there's sand and everything, and all these gorgeous rock volcano formations around. So you could see Deadly Quarry here, like checking out all the rock formations. But there's also this beautiful forest next to it. So I thought that was really, really cool.
Yeah, no, that's it's nice. It's nice. I noticed that there's no people there. Do you have to like rent out the place, or you just go for it?
It's usually empty off season, so we shot all this around April, so it was still, springtime. It wasn't summertime at all, so a lot of these places are pretty empty when it's off season. So
Well, I'm definitely excited to watch the new music video. So, cheers to that, everybody! Cheers. And I wanted to ask you, your outfit. I noticed you have like a big shade on your face. How seeing through that? Is it easy? Is it
I it was really difficult. There were a few times that I thought I was gonna have an anxiety attack because I just could not see anything. And that thing is actually really heavy. It's pretty heavy. We got it customized in Barcelona, and the designer actually is this fantastic, fantastic designer. Uh, Forgive me, since I cannot pronounce his name, we're just gonna call him Manuel. That's his first name. We cannot pronounce his second name. Um,
hard?
yeah, and he's fabulous, and he does all these amazing metal work. And I discovered him on Instagram, and made friends with him. And I was like, hey, can I get one of your helmets, and I can put my antlers and horns on to create this look.
Yeah, it
But
looks great.
the staff is actually, we created everything else, like all of the costumes. I actually hand sewn everything. There
That's
are about 8 or 9 costumes in this whole thing, and like I had to couture everything out because, well, I don't really have a budget for costume, so I had to make it, right?
Yeah, well, it looks very. I know you're saying it's a budget, but it looks like an expensive budget. But whatever you did, it looks amazing.
we 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 work really hard, stretching every cent and penny that we could afford to put into our projects, and it's been pretty cool so far that we could get away with such like rich details with very, very, very little.
Well, good job, good job. So, we were talking about the scenery, and our artist that we're going to be playing is you chose someone with great scenery.
Oh
Tell us.
yeah. So Toal is one of my Dark Tunes label mates, and they're just a really, really awesome epic band. Dark electro pop with some rock elements into it, industrial elements, and they just look so good performing. And they sound so nice, and definitely one of my favorite acts. And their costumes and their vibe, you guys should just see it. And this is their music video called "Unreal World."
The key of my way out is hidden in another world. I wake up in a cold and hateful place and remember the power that's inside of me. The destruction of evil comes. This is my way out. This is my way out. My mind can set me free. The angels tell me pray to reach my own paradise and show me what to see. That is for freedom of lost souls. It's only a sweet dream in an
That was awesome.
Wow. That was
Yeah,
great.
Lucy is just really cool. Like I love her voice. She also has like that nice dark timbre, in her vocal. Yeah, like her voice is really, really nice and deep, and there are not a lot of singers that can carry that really well, and she does it so well.
Yeah, and that's a very nice song. And there's a song of theirs that I listen to all the time. It's called Love. I recommend everyone check it out. It's pretty dramatic, and it gets, it's like a story, and it flows and it hits a high point and it goes down and up. So check out the song Love. I highly recommend it, and you can check them out over at Toal_band Instagram, and obviously you got to go to Dark Tunes Bandcamp to hear the goodies.
Yeah.
So let's go back to your music video that we're playing later today, Zarina. I got a little video I got to pop up. I thought this was pretty darn funny.
Yeah, that's like my top grade prime performance right there as your favorite little pan. I really had fun playing that pan flute. Even though I couldn't really work it properly, I was just like really blowing into it, like whoo, whoo, whoo.
Yeah, no, it's great. So you got the wig, you put the antlers on, you did the makeup as well,
Yeah, I did all the makeup. Yeah, I did everything in this one
and I see you have
costume.
a pine cone staff. That's great.
Yeah. Well, Dudley Kawaii did the Pine Coast staff.
Pine
He was
cone.
in charge of like he had to do something. So I was in charge of the costumes. He was in charge of the props and the staffs and yeah, all the harder stuff that goes into costume making and
Yeah,
styling.
and you go through multiple costumes on this one. You even do a
Yeah.
mermaid. Look at that.
Mermaid. Yeah.
That's
That was probably the most fun one. Took a lot of time, yeah, getting all those little pearls on my face, the blue paint. Yeah.
yeah,
That
yeah.
was
And I know
and
you modify your eyeballs in the right?
yeah. I actually thought it wasn't big enough. I was like, "Can you
Really?
make it bigger?" Yeah, I wanted it to be like a real like fish, like
Yeah,
this.
yeah. Like you're like a mermaid battle angel Alita. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that exactly.
So how long did it take to put each costume on? Was it hours upon hours, or are you pretty quick at
It
that?
was well, the makeup took a long time, and the makeup I think alone took about 2 to 3 hours each. Yeah, each one, and so for the most
Yikes,
part, yeah, we
that's
that's
a
why
long day.
we decided for like a lot of those like complicated costumes.
Mhm.
We were like, let's just green screen these
Yeah,
parts because there's no way that I'm gonna catch the nice weather outside and with all the time that it takes to put this costume and the makeup together. So yeah, that's what we decided on. And I felt that it still worked. Ideally, yeah, we would be on location, but there's just, there's just no way. And then by the time I get to location, we would have all melted off already.
yeah. Speaking of that, I noticed that like every time y'all filmed, it was like nice and cloudy. That really gave like the atmosphere a very good feel for the music
Mhm.
video. Was that just by chance, or did you guys have to color grade the shots?
It
Or
was it was all chance. I mean,
nice.
we still did a little bit of color grading, of course, but
Mhm.
it was that whole week that we shot, that we filmed. We were blessed with one of the most beautiful weeks we had because it was actually a rainy season
Yeah,
around that time. And yeah, and we were actually nervous. We were like, well, what if it rains this week? Because here in Galicia, like the weather's really temperamental. You never know what you're gonna get.
right.
So we just got really lucky that we had 5 full days of just beautiful weather.
Yeah, that's awesome. Because imagine if it was like super sunny, it would have taken away from like the
Yeah,
feel of the song and the video.
yeah.
So thank God it had that like gray look to it. So that's awesome. So everyone, cheers to that. Enjoy. I hope you guys are enjoying the whole show. And we're gonna get to our next music video, which is actually, let me take a sip first.
Who do we have, Eddie?
Which is Normoria. All right, so the track that we're going to play from them is called Judas's, and it's taken from their latest EP titled Voyage. The song is about the fact that you can't get away with screwing people over your whole life. And the principle is basically karma. Everything that you do bad will come back to you sooner or later. And I guess the other way around, right? So with that, let's go ahead and watch Normoria.
When you're not looking, they're drilling holes and talk behind you, but smile in front. They're narcissistic under their cloaks and stain your image and life for fun. What goes around? What goes around? What goes around? Goes around. What goes around? What goes around? What goes around? Goes around. What goes around? What goes around? What goes around? Goes around. What goes around? What goes around? What goes around? Goes around. The light portrays you as a villain, and just like Judas betrays your heart. And friends are under the spell of lies, and no kindness can make them stop from spreading their disease, because they are parasites. What goes around? What goes around? What goes around? Comes around. What goes around? What goes around? What goes around? Comes around. What goes around? What goes around? What goes around? Comes around. Don't you forget what goes around? Sooner or later, comes around.
All right, Normoria. That was really awesome. And I do
that was
believe
really
in
nice.
karma. Karma's real, guys.
It's
Karma's
legit. You heard it here first. So thinking of good karma, we have Deadly Kawaii. Nice to meet you finally in like not in the flesh, but in a live interaction. How are you?
Right. Yeah, I'm good. How are you doing?
That's great. And hi Hamlet, how are you?
Hi.
So calm. He was sleeping just a moment ago, so he's all chill.
He's all chill. Yeah. He can't be bothered. Look at him.
So I understand that all three of you are in the new music video for
Mhm.
Wonderland.
Yep.
Mhm.
So everyone's
He's the main star.
He's the main star. He's the most important one, as always.
Oh
The
yeah,
most important one.
definitely. So we got some scenery with all of you. Let's take a look. So explain to us what this is exactly.
You know this place. I forgot
This
the
place
name.
is a quarry. I think it's like an extraction kind of mine. And
Mhm.
I think that is actually toxic water.
That's toxic water.
Don't
Where's Hamlet?
Hamlet's like, I want to take a bath in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we saw that you were doing anything for the shot. You have like this dangerous spot over here. I see.
Oh yeah, walking on the edge, actually.
That sounds like a good song name, "Walking on the Edge."
Walking on
Okay,
the edge. But yeah, that was a great location. Like when we were looking and like to shoot at the time.
Yeah, it just looks so unreal. It looks like a Martian
Yeah,
landscape. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's great for video. So how did you guys find all these locations? Did you guys just go, driving around, or you guys Googled it? How did that work?
I think it was a mixture. It was stuff that I previously known, like the river scene, Betteris. That my dad takes me there when I was like young, and we've gone there a lot. Then there's Orias, the beach bit with the and
the tower, the
lighthouse
the
tower.
lighthouse.
It's kind of like places my dad loves.
Yeah.
Then he takes me
It's
a lot,
Papa
so-
Kitsune
yeah,
who
Papa
took
Kitsune.
took us everywhere.
and his favorite spots. And I think he also delivered spots as well. And there's some spots we didn't know as well.
So this is Verdes, which literally translates to greenery or green,
Green.
because very green,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks like something that came of Lord of the Rings, like an elf
Ghibli
kingdom.
kind of thing, yeah.
Absolutely, that's super cool. And I noticed something. Are you a legit martial artist? Because you look very talented with the sword.
Yeah. I studied maybe kind of 14 years.
14 years. Yeah, we have a video of you just going at it. So let's pop that up really quick. Here we go.
You didn't? Did you do the choreography
No, there
beforehand?
was no choreography at all. We didn't really have time because of the props and location and everything. So all of this was just kind of freestyling.
Yeah,
Just
and
kind of like cuts and swords.
And you said you've been training for 14 years. Like, what specific art would this be called?
This one's Aijutsu, so the art of drawing and sheathing. But we did do Kenjutsu, which was kind of like the battle form art as well. But then we did that, which was side mixed with kind of Akijutsu and Karate and Jujitsu forms. So it's kind of all like interspliced. But
Nice.
the meditation form is Aijutsu.
And I'm assuming you taught Zarina some moves, because I've seen her in other videos doing some martial arts as well.
Yeah, we did it for Blaze, so we kind of had to like kind of scale things up and down for like the scene.
Yeah.
I got hurt really bad in Blaze.
Really?
There's a few
Wow.
times my blocking is not that great. So
I
a
think
few times-
we were doing like 12-hour filming, and then
yeah, and
Yeah.
you get tired, when you're doing all kinds of like martial arts moves and like sword fighting, especially, and those buckets. So the swords that we use are called buckets, and they're actually really heavy. Yeah, and so one wrong move, boom, like you get another bucket in your face or in your head.
Yeah. But I would say, the world is waiting for your Blaze Part 2. We've been waiting for that to be continued, but I think this is a really good source to, like, you guys could have actually added that this was the continuation, which is Wonderland. So it just fits nice with the samurai look and all of that. So we should definitely jump onto our next music video. I'm going to tell you, are you guys into people screaming and being scary? Because we have Parasite of God.
Nice. I
Yeah.
like their masks.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
relevant now. Very
They're-
relevant.
They're pretty scary. So I had used one of their songs, which is the one that we'll be showing today, for Submission South Beach promo. And it's just like, it's so intense, it works perfectly for the scene with all the fetish people running around going crazy. But I remember the owner, he saw the video with this song, and he's like, it gave me goosebumps. So I really wanted to show their music video on this session. So with that, let's go and see Parasite of God, and let's party.
Bursting in light with fire inside of the new world.
Wow, that was really awesome. I like the contrast of the whole screaming industrial vibes with the pop EDM vibes. That was really cool.
Yeah, it's intense, absolutely. So I really enjoy it. So remember, we did a promo with them for the Submission South Beach. So if you stay around, hang out with us, and we were going to watch the wrestling match, blood wrestling match. That'll have Kylie Cat versus Lily Vile. So hang out with us after we show the music video to Wonderland with Serena.
Nice. My
So
God.
so more on I guess Parasite of God used this green screens. How did you like working with green screen?
I love working on green screens because all the possibilities that you can do. For sure, it's tricky because it could look super fake, and sometimes that's okay. Sometimes, depending on your stylistic vision and what you're trying to go for, it gets tricky. You do a lot of masking and making sure that there are no weird shadows around you. A lot of choking to make sure that your outlines are nice and clean. But it's always fun. And what I like about it is that it's such a controlled environment. Like I said, I could take my time building my costume and my makeup right before I go on green screen versus trying to rush it, trying to capture perfect weather or perfect environment, which most of the time really never happens. I've never heard of like everything going so smoothly. So green screens have been so great at just working in a controlled environment.
Yeah, yeah. I'm actually using green screen right now, but it's the lights are like in awkward positions because the room's not exactly massive to place them correctly here. But it's funny because I was noticing with my beer, it's getting green screened out. Like let me put myself bigger.
Well,
So it
you
looks
are
like my drink.
green.
Yeah, it looks like it's empty, but there you guys can kind of see, but it's right there. Anyways, green screen is very tricky. I know you did the mermaid in the green screen, right? How did that
I
work?
did the mermaid when she was like basically by the rocks, like sitting by the rocks. So like yeah, we had to do it definitely on green screen, and it actually worked out. I thought it worked out great. It looked real, and for sure I cannot swim, so I wasn't the one who was actually swimming. I wanted to do that underwater scene, but
Hollywood double.
there's absolutely no way that like, I could have pulled that off.
Yeah.
So it had to be outsourced, and we had to get professional swimmers to do that mermaid scene, and it was great. Yeah, I
Did
wish it
you
was
guys
me. You guys would just have to believe that was me. Okay.
have it was Arena, totally. Totally. So tell us about our next music video.
Next music video is by Aesthetic Perfection, and it's by this musician from LA who's now based in Germany named Daniel Graves, and he's actually very aesthetically perfect. Very handsome dude and very stylish, awesome makeup, gothic industrial. He kind of reminds me of, well, I would describe him as like the new Trent. I think.
Wow.
I really think that he's like the new Trent. Or at least the Trent of our generation. And he's just been so phenomenal. I've been following him for quite some time and love all of his industrial goth tracks. And this is one of my favorites called Love Like Lies. That was great.
Yeah, yeah, I love the outfits and the makeup. He does a lot of different things. Like even when I was looking for his photo here, like there's so much to choose from because he had
Mhm.
so many different looks. So I just picked his recent Facebook picture instead. So just to keep it safe.
Yeah, I think that's a new track called I think it's called Crazy,
Mhm.
and then he actually does something a little different, and that's what I love about artists who are not afraid to get outside of their current zone or usual zone, and they'll experiment and try out new things, and yeah, he's awesome. He's definitely one of my favorites, and I love how he just really gets into character, and that's one of the things that I love about this music video that we just showed is that he really gets in there, like, it looks like method acting almost.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And I guess someone that's famous because
Mhm.
this has to do with the next music video we're playing is someone that was a jack of different looks was Madonna. All right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
are you a
absolutely.
Madonna fan?
Yeah, of course I'm a Madonna fan. There not every Madonna album though. I'm
Yeah.
very, very discerning when it comes to Madonna, and I think that's okay. Like you can love an artist, but only like them for certain facets. But
Right.
yeah, I think actually Ray of Light is one of my favorite records, and probably like I love Madonna when when she came up with tracks like I Remember and but I think it was Ray of Light that showed me that she could actually retransform and
Yeah.
re-engineer herself, and then she went a little goth actually with Frozen.
Yeah.
And
Which is a song we're pretty much talking about.
yeah. And I appreciate that. It's run a little goth, and now my another Dark Toons label mate, Agnis, just covered Frozen for the Hard Pop Volume 1 compilation that Dark Toons recently put out. And Agnes took it to such a magnificent level. It was very epic-y. The visuals were so superb, so pristine, beautifully shot. And I like how she treated the song, and in many ways, it's kinda I wanna say it's kinda a little better than the original. I wanna say that,
Don't tell Madonna. Don't tell Madonna.
I mean, the original is really, really great, and it was nice and gothic epic-y, but, but Agnes is a real genuine, w sorcery pagan girl, and so she kind of threw that vibe in and reworked the song to suit her vision, so I thought she did a fantastic job.
Yeah, and we had a blast when we had her on the show. When you interviewed her,
Oh,
uh,
yeah, she's
she,
so
she's
fun.
she's funny. She has a lot of things to say, and she's like she just out of nowhere she'll say something, and like I was behind the scenes pressing buttons, and I kept cracking up. So cool girl, and let's go ahead and see Frozen
Frozen.
Madonna cover by Agnes.
You only see what your eyes want to see. How can life be what you want it to be? You're frozen when your heart's not open.
I'm
I
frozen.
love,
Frozen.
and I love how she was dressed in all white and kind of took like that whole like Snow Queen
Yeah.
vibe. And I think the original Madonna video, Madonna was dressed in all black and super gothic. And then I like how Agnes just flipped it, like,
Switched it.
yeah, switched it, the direct contrast. And then that looked like a video that had a Madonna budget, by the way.
Yeah, it looks expensive
It
with
was it looks really expensive, and it was one of the most I was really impressed with that video and the way they shot it, the way they styled it, and the horse. I was like, "How'd you get a horse?" in the video?
yeah, that was everything there. And what people don't know is that horse was CGI and the snow is not real. They had a snow machine, so they spent $1 million to make this music video.
Yeah, that horse was CGI.
No, but it's excellent. It's funny because one of our friends, which is a DJ at Submission, South Florida, he plays all that crazy, music that makes you want to go crazy. But every once in a while, I'm like, "Hey, what are you doing?" He's like, "I'm listening to Madonna." Next week, what are you spinning at your house? Madonna. Like he's obsessed with Madonna, right? So I think he needs to definitely check out Agnes to hear her rendition of Frozen, and also all the rest of the tracks by Agnes, because she's very talented and she's got some good music. So
Yeah.
Dark Tunes signing up the best of the best, including you, Zarina.
Well, thank you. I'm the one on training wheels. Like, those guys are real badasses. I'm the one who's still incubating. And
Oh, I don't know about that. Wait till they see this music video. So what's coming up next is your music video. So I guess you should definitely tell us like the name Wonderland. What is that all about?
Well, I wrote Wonderland the very moment that I arrived in Galicia last year when Deadly Quiet and I decided to move out of New York and basically pursue the lifestyle of our dreams of living by the water. But we've always had roots here. Deadly Quiet definitely has had really, really strong ties here because of his family. Even though he was born and raised in London, he definitely kept close ties in Galicia. And as soon as we landed here, I felt that there was a different vibe to this place. It was very magical, and I've traveled to a lot of places before, and I never felt anything like this, and which was just strange, and it was really impactful, and I was really blown away by how beautiful this region is, and how pure it is, and how magical it is in so many ways. And I just started composing Wonderland, or what was about to become Wonderland, and I was writing it when I was by the water, on the beach. I had all of these melodies that kept like basically coming into my brain, and I don't understand why. And I just took out the phone and started humming the melodies, and then as soon as I got back home, I started laying down all the tracks in my DAW. And yeah, next thing you know, I have this pagan gothic baroque chamber pop track, and I wanted to also take the opportunity to really expand on my own musical palette and bring in more of that chamber symphonic orchestral sounds. And so there's a lot of arrangements and instrumentals that went into it. And I asked my friend Von Herzog from VH&R to help co-produce the track. He's just really good with mixing and mastering, and suggesting like how to tweak certain sound designs, and we got Wonderland. And then next thing that I had to do was put together the story. And this is where it gets interesting, because Wonderland is about Galicia, sacred Wonderland, but the story is about piecing yourself back together, type of thing, like going back, and like as we go on with life, like we do lose pieces of ourselves, and basically the whole music video is about recollecting all those lost pieces, to put yourself back together. And yeah, and that was the basis of the story, and everything else was all costume, epicness, styling. That's where like all the fun stuff came in. But we can't have fun without a really solid base story. And this is Wonderland.
All right, let's take a look.
The stars align, running side by side, with all the things on the earth. The sun is high, it's time to rise from all the ashes that once The tide is high, the tempest died. I was forged in the fire of my flesh won't burn. With all my might, I reach so high. I'm the storm itself, the saving wonder. Saving wonder. Saving These cosmic hearts come to someone else from all the ashes so we emerge. We've come to rise, to fight side by side, amongst the chosen to The tide is high, the tempest died, sipping from the chalice, raging thunder. With all my might, I've touched the sky. I'm the storm itself, the saving wonder. Saving wonder. Saving wonder. Saving wonder. Saving wonder. Saving
Yeah, that was absolutely incredible, Zarina. I have to chug the rest of my beer to that. So good job.
Thank you. Bottoms up.
So yeah, that's an intense song. It's very strong.
Oh no, I want to
We've
get.
lost you.
Oh,
There
they're
you are.
back.
There you
They're
are.
back.
She's back. She's back. So I saw there was what was it, 7 elements that he had to that Kawhi had to go and look for.
Yeah. So it started with the moon. So the moon priestess is one. So she's the moon, and then there's fire, water, wind. I guess the next one is sun, the sun element. Oh no, sorry, the earth element. It's just the one that like with the little kodamas and the butterfly, which I totally ripped Ghibli from. By the way.
Your animes.
Yeah, I love it. And then and so so there's fire, water, wind, earth, sun, and then the last one was heart, the one with the pan flute and the little, oh yeah, Hamlet, as I call him, the little baby Baphomet.
I like his antlers. That was really
Yeah, so he's the little baby Baphomet. I thought it was just really funny. And yeah, he's the heart actually, because animals, they're the heart, they're pure creatures, and then it all led up to the ancient, we call the horned being as the ancient guardian, basically the one that guards over the lands and basically waking her up. And
right.
yeah.
So I remember you told me before the video started that it was about reconstructing yourself and getting all the bits and pieces together. But I see that you're not the one getting all the bits and pieces, but it's Deadly Kawhi getting the pieces.
Deadly Kawhi. Yeah,
Is
because sometimes
is he looking for his lover again, or like what?
no, that's just like sometimes we need people to keep us balanced, and that's what the metaphor is for. Yeah, he's the metaphor for that. Like there are people who care about you, love you, and who want to make you feel whole, and they will go traverse all the lands and the waters to do that for you. So that's the metaphor for that.
Yeah,
Deadly Kawhi's role. Yeah.
Yeah. He did
Which is
everything
also
good.
my real life, I guess stable, what I call stability maker in my life. And he keeps me sane, keeps me stable. Tells me
That's
when I'm
good.
being bad.
Sometimes we need to be told that, right?
I'm okay. I try not to be bad.
Yeah, but that was really nice at the end. I guess we saw the ultimate form of Zarina at the end in the heavens or the skies.
I don't think that's not supposed to be me, but I guess you can say that. But I thought it was cool because the jars were actually inspired by, well, talk about anime. So we drew a lot of inspirations. Number one, we drew inspiration from The Witcher, which that's the whole Deadly Kawhi character. He's already got the silver hair, and he already knows martial arts and sword fighting, so that's cool. Then we drew from Ghibli because we love Studio Ghibli, and it's just so magical and everything. Actually, Galicia looks like something that Studio Ghibli drew a lot of inspiration from, and the jars are actually from Akira, the movie.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. And I was like, I wanted to have a little bit of that Akira vibe. And Deadly Kawhi was like, we're not gonna go all cyberpunk with this. I was like, no, trust me, we're gonna have jars and still gonna look rustic and ancient and pagan and gothy. And then the final scene was actually from we borrowed it from Final Fantasy, the video game, Final Fantasy VII, when Sephiroth finds his mother, Genova.
No,
So
yeah.
and I always loved that scene. I was like, I want to find a way to recreate that, but not really. And we did our
it makes
own version.
sense. It makes sense because I remember in Final Fantasy VII with Genova, like when you're doing the battle with her, she's just massive. So she's huge, and you're the same thing too. So unfortunately I can't find my Final Fantasy VII game. Someone stole it. I'm calling the cops, but
I don't blame them stealing it. I don't
maybe
blame
it'll
them.
reappear. Sometimes we find things in weird spots, so maybe it'll magically reappear. Maybe.
Yeah.
But with that, I hope everyone enjoyed Wonderland. I think it's incredible. And any last goodbyes, Zarina, about this music video and anything else?
Well, number one, thank you guys. Thank you for streaming the new single and for watching the new music video. And thank you for all the support. And you guys rock. And I talk to a lot of you guys on social media, and I love you guys. So thank you very, very much.
That's great. That's great. So everyone stay tuned. We're going to have the Domination South Florida event. Remember, there's going to be a wrestling event. There's going to be interviews. Electrish is hosting this whole event. And there's going to be lots and lots of blood. That looks crazy. So with that, thanks for watching Static Desires, and we are out.
Thank you guys. Good night.